What's up, everybody? It's Law, bringing you another Injustice 2 video. This one is just going to be a quick overview of my main character, Firestorm, and kind of how I play him, like my main offense, and kind of where I think he struggles and where I think he really excels. So first things first, at initial release, everybody thought Firestorm was a zoning character. And he does have a very good fireball. This is very fast traveling. You can shotgun him pretty quick. And you can, make some of the casts really struggle to get in close to you. But by no means are you going to beat somebody doing this or this. Because if they jump this, you're very minus, like your recovery takes a long time. So they'll get a free jump over and dash in, and by the time you can move again, they'll be applying pressure. So that was kind of my first thoughts, like, yeah, maybe I'll just try to keep people at bay doing this, all this good stuff. These tools are really good and definitely really useful, especially against characters who don't have projectiles, so I think Firestorm does very well. But I think the biggest thing with Firestorm, as far as his offensive options, his best move is, no, not standing 3, even though it's decent, 8-frame mid, but his best offense is this move, Atomic Burst. Down back 3, and I'll show you why. Because, for those of you that don't know, this move is actually +4 on block. So you can do any string into Atomic Burst, and it keeps the opponent very close to you. You see how there's almost no pushback on this string. So out of almost any string, if I Atomic Burst, you're going to be right in my face. So I can always follow up. So what that kind of evolved my playstyle with Firestorm to be is much more so of a pressure character who has decent keep out tools. But the thing about, let me say this first. Let me back up and say this first. Another problem with his zoning is that from about this range, if anybody gets a read on a fireball or a trap, you're getting full comboed if they jump. So you don't want to be jumping from like this range. Honestly, your best bet from this range, if you see somebody jump, is to try to get out. Actually, standing 3 works. Like, you can cancel the first hit of standing 3. See, like that? Let me see if I can get Superman to jump into me. So, like, stuff like that does work. Yeah, I don't really do that too much, as you can tell, because I didn't finish that combo. But things like that do work. But it's really, I don't really bet on that landing all the time. You know what I'm saying? So your best bet from about jump range is just to be ready to Atomic Burst, because as you can see, like, how far that flame goes is the hitbox of this move. And if you EX it, it goes even farther, and it'll allow you to follow up for combos and things like that. But this range is not really where you want to be playing Firestorm, because everything is unsafe. Even this is unsafe. Like, if you read this late and you try to Atomic Burst, you will get full combo punished for it. So you don't really want to bet on that either. I think that's his biggest problem as a character, is that he doesn't have a consistent anti-air. Maybe it's a down 1. I guess I haven't really played with that. But that's not very good. This not very good, and his down 2 it's bad. We'll just leave it at that. His down 2 is bad. So what I tend to do when I play Firestorm is I like to stay at max range of the low trap, which is like about this area, to mid range of the low trap. So you want to stay between here and here. This is good because your fireballs from here are really fast and annoying to deal with. And if they try to move in on you, you can throw traps at them. And if you catch them with traps, you can meter burn and you get full combos for it. So this is really where you want Firestorm. This is where you want to be with Firestorm, and this is where you want Firestorm to be. However, Firestorm, I think, might have the best mids in the game, outside of, like 4-2-3 from Superman himself, but he has really fast mids. So his back one, this move, 9 frames, 9 frame mid. This leads to his mix up. You can do back one 2, which is this string, hits mid overhead and it splats on knockdown. It gives you a hard knockdown, and it lets you to set up things with his air dash. So if you splat somebody and like instant air dash, you can full combo on a cross up if they're not ready, and you can just do other stuff if you like, or you know, splat is meaty, you want more pressure, things like that. Or you can, because this is mid overhead, you can mid low them with the molten trap, and then get your full combo that way. So that's good, and it all comes off this 9 frame mid, mind you. This move is decent too. It has decent range actually. It's kind of deceptive looking, but it's good up in here. It's the start to the string I probably use the most. This forward 1-3-3-2. Forward 1-3-3-2 looks like this. But what I tend to do is I'll go forward 1-3-3, and then I'll cancel into atomic burst usually, because people are usually blocking since there's no mix there. Since the string is all mid, people are usually blocking this. So I end my strings in that for a little meter build, because it does a good amount of chip. Like if you notice in the top right, you see that big chunk of damage it does on chip. So that's really good. And I think the meter burn even does a little more. If I can get it out. What are you doing? Nah, it does about the same. A little bit more, it looks like. Just a tiny bit more. But what I have evolved to at this point with this character is starting my offense with the meter burn atomic burst. So this move, so usually my sequence will go something like this string and a burst into down 1 burst. Since this is +4, you can frame trap with 3 different normals off of that move. 4 different normals. You have your back one, which is 9 frames. Because this is +4, that means it comes out in 5 frames. There's no move in the game faster than 5 frames. So your back one will jail, or not jail, but trap. So that'll trap, and this can go into your stagger or your 50-50. You could, like I said, down 1 into burst. I feel like this one works the most, especially on ranked matches, because a lot of people don't respect that as plus, and then you just get a good bit of damage from the down 1 burst. I don't know, it's like 140 damage, but then they're restanding, and you're +17 on hit of the atomic burst, so then you can go into more pressure with the 4-2-1-3 string, and then I usually end that with another burst. Other normals that trap are his standing 2, 8 frame mid, not great range, but is a really fast check. So you can 2-2 low to stay safe, or you can, if you want to commit to the 50-50 or commit to the frame, or if you think they're going to press buttons and disrespect, you can 2-2 trap, you know, try to get your full combo that way. And I think that's it. Down 1, standing 2, back 1. Oh, and his standing 3. Since it's 8 frames, that'll also trap. So, that's kind of what my neutral game has turned into. It's either I block something, or just start, like they whiff something, or you know, they lose their turn. I'll just go into whatever mid I can into plus frames off this. And it's good because he actually builds a lot of meter, Firestorm does, with his block strings. Like, you have to block all of this. And what's beautiful about his burst, his down 1 burst, the pushback on it against some of the casts puts them out of range to poke, so then you can even whip punish with stuff like this. But that's pretty much how I use them right now. This is my main sequence. It's this string and this string into meter burn atomic burst, into another atomic burst, and then usually into that. And this string is very easy to hit confirm. So if they when you're +17, they can't do anything, because this string comes out, I think, in like 12. I think it's 4-2. Oh, it's 14. So it's not that fast, but they can't jump or anything after they get hit with down 1 burst. So then you get to just going for it. Whatever you like. If you see them block it, I usually, again, end in the burst. And if they hit, you can trap them for full combo. But where things get really good with his character. I think it's a lot of the cast is right up in here, right in the corner area. I'll just show you my two B&Bs or anything. I usually don't use Molten Trap in the corner, because in the corner, this is really easy to hit confirm. Let me reset my positioning. Because the meter burn burst also launches. You can get combos with it mid-screen too, but they're a little tougher. But I literally will just do any string into this, and I'll just meter burn when I see it hit. So it'll be literally anything. This will also combo. Jesus, my execution is not great today. And you can get, I mean, for 2 bars, you can get upwards of 500 damage easy with Firestorm in the corner, but that's pretty much my game plan in the corner, is just to be very oppressive, down 1 into burst a lot, because then you're plus 17, and then you go into this stuff, and if they're pressing anything, you get to hit them with really, really big damage. Another good tool that I found is a kind of a setup. I'm still working out the kinks of it. I've had a couple of friends go into practice mode with me, but if you end combos and let's see, what the heck am I doing? And with that in the corner, if you notice, Firestorm like moves to directly over their body. So if you do this and jump while he's there, you get cross up. So if you just neutral jump, but you see how he like faces the wrong way and stuff sometimes. Like I said, I'm still trying to work out exactly how I'm supposed to be doing that. Like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. That's where I'm at with it right now. I feel like it should work all the time, but that's a really good mix-up that I don't see many Firestorm players using, because I don't see many Firestorm players anyways. And another good thing to do in the corner is try not to let your opponent hit the ground. So I don't like to deal with wake-ups, because for whatever in this game, it's really hard for me to bait them. I guess probably because you can't sprint, so if you commit to a dash, you have to let the whole dash come out. So if I'm dashing and he wakes up, I get punished for it. So I'm not very good at baiting wake-ups. So I don't like to let people hit the ground. So what I usually end my combos in is forward 1, 2, 3, forward 1, 3, 3 into close low trap, because that also leaves me very plus on block, or very plus at the end of my combo. I think I'm plus, I think they're all the same, plus 17 on hit advantage. So this leaves me, I can literally do any one of my normals and they're gonna jail you if you don't respect them. Like, you're gonna get caught by anything. I can literally follow up with whatever I want. I don't think I have a 17 frame normal. No, unless it's back 3 or forward 3. So that's really good. So you end with this, and then it's still your turn, and then you can hit confirm. And that's why he gets so scary in the corner, because his launch option is the meter burn atomic burst, and it's also, as we said earlier, +4 on block. So even if you block it, like I'm gonna do this regardless, you know what I'm saying? So even if you block it, I'm +4, and I can probably read the block and be able to down 1 you again, or down 1 burst you again before you can even, or before you can do anything. So that's really good. And that's kind of where I'm at. Oh, and one other thing I kind of wanted to show is his forward 3 +6 on block. It's really, really good in the corner, and I'll show you exactly why. If you meaty somebody with this, so if I just get a splat, and I meaty this on wake up, so let's see. So whatever combo finisher. I know I said you don't want to knock people down on wake up, but I do sometimes. To get this set up. Let me reset. If you meaty this, you're +6, and they actually can't poke you because of the range you're at. Oops. Because of how far it pushes you back. You see this? Like, no poke. I don't think any poke in the game, maybe except for Gorilla Grodd, can hit you from there. And you can whiff punish pokes easily by going back into forward 2 after you're +6 on that. So that works very well. Other than that, I don't think there's too much I need to show. Oh, I can show you how I like to do my trait 3 mix-ups. I'm working on these too. I started doing one yesterday that was pretty effective. But I usually get the trap first, and then I'll trait, and then I'll 1-1. It should combo. The 1-1 should combo, so hold on a second. I'll trait, and then I'll 1-1, and then go into my mix. Because 1-1, as you know, hits low. Or 1-1-3 launches in trait 3, and it hits low. So what I like to do is, when I have you trapped, I'll 1-1 to make you just think low, and then I'll go stagger that into the overhead, and I'll probably get that launch over half the time, I would say. Over half the time. And another thing that I had been working on was doing things like this. So if I do have you in trait, I'm not going to meter burn my trait 3 trap anymore, because I don't need to, because I'm already so plus. I can just go for another mix. So if you so say I get this and I want to just finish this combo, right? Good chunk of damage into setup. You see how that crosses up? So if I finish this combo, oh, I'm not gonna finish it. So if I get this back 3 into this restand and I dash, come on, let me do it. So I'm just gonna do it this way. So if I get that and I dash and then air dash, it puts me usually in perfect range to cross up with my air dash. Let's see if I can show it to you again. Dude, come on. So I'm gonna dash and then air dash, and you see that cross up, and his jump 2 jails into his back 2. So I can get another launch, and his jump 2 can also combo into his trap. So that's another mix. The trap is definitely less safe, but I mean, who's gonna really be expecting that? Especially if you do the jump 2 into back 2 quite often. So that's what I like to do with this trait. But I think still my primary option is the reset, because that, I don't know why people get hit by it. It's actually not a mix if you think about it, because that's just gonna go high. Like, it's not gonna mix, because if I do this and I stagger this, I have to do it again to get the low. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really a mix, but it feels like a mix, because you're thinking, oh, he's about to hit me with a low, so if people are actively blocking during the game, they're gonna block low. But that's kind of it for this first overview of Firestorm. I don't think he's a top 10, top 15 character by any means. I think he's maybe low mid tier. I would say around the 17 to 20 range on the tier list, if I had to guess right now. Just because of his lack of like full screen presence, like the good zoners out zone him bad, the good footsie characters out footsie him bad. So he has to play in like this very specific weird range to where this trap can hit. Because that's the only thing that's going to scare people from doing whatever they want, is the fact that I can full combo you if you try to move. You know what I'm saying? And you're pretty safe in this range. I don't think there's not too many normals in the game can go that far. But if you're full screen against Deadshot or Dr. Fade or Green Arrow, it's like, good luck, because this is only a high, man. And this is not going to reach. So you're kind of just out of luck, because their projectiles recover faster, and you can't duck all of theirs. So that's kind of my feelings right now on Firestorm after a couple months in the game of maining him. You can make it work, and I'm not saying that this is, you know, everything to know about Firestorm. You can definitely make it work, but I played some top tiers like Aquaman, this guy Superman a little bit yesterday, and the game is just so much easier with them. You just have to work a bit harder with Firestorm, but he's actually really fun to play, and I think cinematically he's one of the best designed characters in the game. I mean, look at that flame on his head. Especially when he goes straight 3, like, everything just looks devastating. Like, The trap is cool. They're burning. I don't know. So I think he's designed well, but you know, I think it's just gonna take some time, more time, for me to feel more comfortable with him across the board. Because it's just really hard for me to stay right here against all the characters in the game, especially with how many characters have good mobility, good dashes, good air dashes. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick tips and guides on how I play the character as of right now, and I'm sure this will evolve soon. But please guys, let me know what you think, guys or girls. Let me know what you think. If you're a Firestorm main, please show me any tech that you have with him. I'm always down to learn some new tech with this character. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. My name is Law, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.